Okay. Welcome back, everyone, to another exciting game of ADD in fantasy. Last time, our intrepid heroes had decided they were going to burn down a building. I just don't believe they decided which one they were going to burn down.
It was a mansion.
Remember,
we decided that,
Arson is very heroic.
Yes. Yeah, about that. I think I'm going to see if I'm going to try knowledge religion to see if there's a better way to get the zombies' attention without resorting to arson.
A better way than arson?
I'm pretty sure we argued about that for a half an hour last
Yes,
game.
but I never rolled knowledge religion.
Yeah, none of you ever rolled for anything.
Oh, roll your thing, and you'll learn that setting fire is obviously the best answer.
So this is to figure out how to destroy the undead without burning down the town,
or at least lure them away from the trek over to...
I gave you a good option, and we decided it wasn't going to be effective enough.
Okay.
Well, no, we didn't roll to see if it was or not.
Yeah, so you got an 18. I'm just trying to figure out what I should give you here. When not directly controlled by their necromancer, minor undead are usually left with a list of instructions or programming to follow. You're willing to make a guess that these probably have a series of instructions to give them moderately effective hunting behavior. Thus, they'd probably follow obviously living targets or head towards loud noises or spectacles, like somebody blowing up a building.
Awesome.
Or, anything loud enough and over the top enough.
So we should try and recruit every Pegasus bard that's in this keep and put on a concert on top of the mansion instead.
Yeah, I was just thinking we need to have some sort of musical.
That would be epic.
Yeah, if we'd prepared for a musical episode, maybe. I don't think any of you can really improv 4 hours of songs.
I can't even do any sort of song.
No, but I could probably roll for that long.
Heaven needs to make a alternative suggestion if he wants us to follow it.
Okay.
It's all ready to go ahead with the setting things on fire plan.
I think Arya's plan about the ghost noise might actually be a better option because just because we set the mansion on fire doesn't mean it will create enough noise to attract them.
It'll be kind of noticeable though. I mean, it is big.
No, it'll just be on fire, and it'll set everything else on fire. And then we'll have a bunch of angry townsfolk because we burn down their building. We'll burn down their town.
Everything else on fire. It's got to be area between other buildings.
No, I'm pretty sure it could. If we're not safe, it will probably set everything else on fire too.
How do you know
It really
that?
depends on the wind.
Are you an expert on fire? Are you a firefighter?
Are you?
A master of fire? No, but neither are you.
I'm saying neither are you.
Yeah, but neither are you.
I'm saying we better not chance it.
So Wildwind is rolling knowledge nature to figure
checking
out.
to see if he has any experience with brush fires or anything. I'm guessing with an 11 he's probably seen one, but doesn't really have a clue.
Is there a
Yes,
reason
you
there's a
have
sunset shimmer on
seen
the board
a
right
forest fire. What was that?
now? Is there a reason there's a sunset shimmer on the board?
Oh, because I was transferring a character over.
Oh, okay.
I think you already know which one.
I was really hoping that wasn't going to happen, but yes, I do.
Well, I need a fire specialist, and I have 2 already made up, but one happens to be on the other end of the Empire right now. And not really relevant because nobody here is, Ebony.
Well, fair enough.
I really do think we should go with the fire plan, not least so we just have something to go forward with, and we don't spend another half an hour arguing about it. Because Ghost Town can only get you so far, you can only make so much noise, and you only be able to attract zombies within a certain area.
Well, why don't we test and see? Like, I don't know, take a couple of torches and like drop them in front of the zombies or something, see how they respond to them.
I think a large burning building would be different from a couple of torches. Not least because they'd be able to see us with the torches.
Well, why don't we go do a test run with Arya using her ghost sound and see just how many
fine,
zombies
just
she
so we
can...
don't spend the next half an hour arguing. Fine, you do that.
I just want to set something on fire.
Oh, yeah, I get that, but I don't want to. But regardless, I don't want us to spend the next half an hour arguing about it, which is how it's going to end up if I apparently don't give in. So let's just get on with that and do that then.
All right.
Aspiring GMs, this is why you include a GMPC in the group, allowing you to make suggestions in character to the rest of the group.
Technically, the commander of the fort is just within earshot, hearing the entire
Oh yeah, I forgot you guys
conversation.
were still in her office.
We are still in her
She
office.
arguing
arguing for lighting the place on
other
fire.
ideas.
She also told us we could go ahead and burn down the mayor's,
True.
the mayor's mansion.
I did ask for permission. I do want to say that.
Yep.
So right now she's busy staring at you in amusement.
I asked her if she has any better ideas.
She thinks for a second and says, well, there's a large grain mill over by Blagden's River. It seems to me you could probably set up a pretty big explosion there if you put a bit of effort into it.
Skull, does that make you happy?
Alright, then we can give that a shot.
Alright, let's go blow up a grain mill.
I love how we're all totally for blowing up the grain mill, but a mansion is totally not okay.
Right?
Well, especially the fact that the grain mill explosion isn't quite as likely to set the rest of the town on fire.
Do you have any idea how grain mills explode?
No, but I'm willing to bet it's not quite the
Quite
much
big.
burn as the mansion.
They explode. They don't just burn. They explode. It's big.
Yes, there's fire going everywhere as well as fire on the building itself.
But Heaven doesn't know that.
No, apparently not.
It's true.
Apparently
And in
blowing
fact, Arya wouldn't know that either, but that's beside the point.
No, it's do. But I was saying, apparently, Heaven is fine with blowing up mills, but not mansions. I think someone is a bit favoured towards the wealthy. Tisk tisk. Honestly, I thought paladins cared about the poor. Apparently, they don't. They just care about mansions.
Although,
You know, burning food
Right.
is a lot less preferable to burning some random rich dude's manor.
Anyway, let's just get on with it.
The Centurion opens her mouth again and says, I have a specialist I can lend you if you need her assistance in arson.
that would be most helpful.
Right
That sounds
then.
really fun.
Specialist in arson? I'm worried.
She walks over to one of the windows of her office, opens it up, and shouts down to the courtyard, Golden, get up here! About 5 minutes later, you hear hoofs clopping outside, and then the door opens, and a unicorn mare walks in. She's got a golden coat, red and orange mane, cutie mark of a blazing sun on her flanks. She's wearing a suit of scale mail and has a Legion standard shield and short sword. She salutes the Centurion and says, Needed me, ma'am? The Centurion looks at her and says, Yes, Golden, it seems I found a task befitting your peculiar talents.
We're setting
She
something on
says.
fire.
I want you to go with these adventurers, and she points at you here. And it seems they're hell-bent on burning down at least one building in town, hopefully killing a large amount of the undead while doing it. I want you to go with them and lend them your assistance if they need it.
Skull throws a hoof around Golden Spark's shoulders. You're going to help us set things on fire.
Golden Spark salutes and says, "Yes, ma'am."
She's
Alright,
ignoring me.
No, she said yes, ma'am, to you, probably.
I thought she was talking to the
She was talking to the Centurion.
How rude.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
Yeah, well,
unfortunately,
just a civilian,
you're not
bitch.
spontaneously de facto leader.
I didn't hear what you said, Paul, sorry.
I said, you're not an officer.
Well, yeah, that's why I assumed she wasn't talking to me. Duh. I'm just asking if she's still ignoring me because I've thrown a hoof around her shoulder and spoken to her.
Okay, so Golden Spark turns to the party and says, "So what are we burning down? The docks, ship, the tenements over on the east side, the slums?"
The farm mill,
mansion?
then the mansion. Well, I wanted to just do the mansion, but apparently I have to do a trial run first.
Actually, we're trying to set the granary off over past the river on fire.
Ooh,
Granary,
she claps her
farm mill.
hooves. "I've always wanted to burn that down. I hear they make a really pretty explosion when they go up," she says.
Ooh, sounds fun.
Wouldn't that mean that then, like, everything around the thing would also start burning?
She shrugs.
What?
Some extra.
Good plan, Haven.
Oh, boy.
No, okay, let's go. Start the fire. We don't need to start, so we can go start the fire. We do need to start.
We're not burning down the man. We're trying to.
I thought you were just trying to lure a large amount of undead into a building and set it on fire.
Well, no, we're just trying to start a fire to lure them away from wherever they are, by basically making a big commotion.
Okay, well, whatever. You're setting a building on fire, so let's proceed with that plan.
Yes.
Alright.
So Golden Spark says, "Give me a few minutes, I'll go grab my gear and I'll meet you over by the ramparts." And then she disappears and walks out into the hallway again.
Right. Well, let's go wait by the ramparts then.
Alright.
Think I need anything?
Sally forth.
Oris, weren't you wanting to go to the quartermaster or something last session?
I think he did
Yeah,
that.
he needs to get her to slap him as well. He needs a full set.
I think he
Yeah, I
did
was
that without
having him
getting
go there and
slapped.
pick up a bunch of assorted things that I could use as regents for a spell that
Okay.
I'll pick up next level.
Oh yeah, I remember now. You did do that. Okay, never mind then.
No, I'm not going
Right.
to have him get slapped by her, too.
Yeah.
Aw.
Ah,
You don't intend for that. It's going to happen though.
Like I said, yet.
right. So you meet up with Golden on the ramparts of the castle near the ramparts of the fort near the little ramshod bridge they have built over their moat. She is now wearing a bandolier over her armor, and you're pretty sure every single one of those flasks is alchemist fire.
Wow, that's a lot of fire.
You're definitely prepared.
I don't
Certainly
know what
Passion
hits
did a better
She
job.
says, "Oh yeah, you can never have too much fire."
What if someone hits you and they break?
Then I'll die as I lived,
Obsessed
Screaming
with
scaring
fire.
the shit out of other people.
While on fire, don't forget that. Well then, let's get going.
Right, so you all proceed over the bridge to the nearest rooftop, and then start heading across town towards Blagden River and Nargar's Mill there. It's about a 3-story tall buildings. It's about a 3-story tall building with 2 water wheels over by the river portion of it. There's a large fence around it and several outbuildings made from there's a large fence around it and several outbuildings made from planks. And in the yard is a number of pallets of sacks of grain and flour. The entire area looks kind of abandoned.
Do we see any undead around?
There's a zombie or two straggling around in the courtyard, but they're pretty easily dispatched. The entire
Frankly,
area
at
looks
this
pretty
point, we could
quiet.
probably just kill them by airdropping some of the grain sacks on them, probably.
Alright, let's get in there and set things on fire.
I'll see if Arya wants to try to bring some zombies over to us. Like,
Yeah, right. Let me look that up. Bard spells. Ghost sound. Okay, so Arya's going to, once we get there, Arya's going to take to wing and see if she can spot any large packs of zombies nearby that are just kind of milling around being zombies.
Well, you're kind of there now.
Well, yeah.
So after you dispatch the small handful of zombies in the immediate area, Golden Spark starts dragging around sacks of grain, dragging them into the mill, and cutting them open for Gladius.
Oh, God. Oh, excuse me.
Wildwind will just kind of saunter up behind her. Want a hand with that?
She turns to him and says, "Yeah, sure. Twice the hooves mean half the work." And she points to she points to a bunch of wooden support beams inside the building and says, "Pile sacks up around those."
Skull comes over and gives them a hand.
Okay, so Arya is going to go look for zombies.
Yep.
Well, everyone else is doing this apparently. Is anyone on watch?
I'm standing guard.
Okay, good. Make a perception check.
Oh,
Heaven,
let's see me fumble.
before 3. Oh, gee.
Oh, good.
Gee.
We need to
That's
I am
I
so
called that.
sorry.
So
I
Heaven
thought
is a little too busy staring at the back of Skull as she's hauling around grain.
Apparently.
Whatever.
How can anyone ever look away from Skull?
It's kind of like
I
a
think
train
it's
wreck.
usually
Yeah.
more of a train wreck, thing. Like, I don't want to watch, but I can't look away.
Yeah, you say that, but
Well, at least I don't have that much of a lower flat-footed AC.
Right. Well, fortunately, I also rolled incredibly poorly on Wandering Monsters, so Kevin gets away with staring at the ass of his party member.
Oh, good.
So, Arya,
Yeah.
you are flying around the streets looking for a large group of undead, and you manage to find one about 9 blocks away.
Yeah.
There's a big horde of zombies. Looks to be, you guess, maybe 100 or so zombies, maybe 50 skeletons, and 20 or so of what you think are ghouls or something.
Oh, wow.
Maybe he will say.
Will save? Okay.
don't ghouls have like a
What is my
paralyzing
will
aura or
save?
something?
That's 3.
Good, you failed.
Oh, good.
No, this is a good thing.
Okay. I don't
So
believe
you're
you.
looking at this big area's looking at this big swarm of undead, and all of a sudden has a sort of flashback. She's standing on a plain filled with snow, watching a huge horde of the undead pour over a hill and down into the valley that she and her friends are in. and then the vision fades, and she's looking at the horde of undead in front of her again. Or the horde of the undead in the here and now again.
What?
Just maybe it's a sign that you're going senile.
You're going insane.
How do you?
No, it's your past lives flashback thing.
Oh
No, let's pull it, Paul. She's crazy.
Crazy like a fox.
Well,
No, just cuckoo. Cuckoo for coconuts.
guess that was a thing. Okay, Arya's gonna kind of get her wits back around her, and then start ghost sounding.
Right, roll perform.
Okay. D20 plus 7. Perform. Oh, baby.
Okay. So you not only get the undead immediately in front of you, down the street coming after you, but more start to pour in from alleyways
Oh, boy.
and side streets, and pretty soon you've got what you think you've got about
All of the
about
undead?
1,000 undead heading after your ghost sound.
Oh, jeez. Alright, Arya's gonna book it
Cool.
back to the group.
You book it away from the slowly shambling horde of doom.
Well, yeah, the zombies
Well, I guess
slowly
this is good we
shamble,
did
but
get-
I don't know how quickly ghouls work.
They're like 30 feet or something, but
Okay. Well, then I can
That's just
probably
just
it's
stay
moving
ahead
through
of them.
difficult terrain because of all of the freaking zombies.
Fair enough.
But you know, they have to navigate the streets, whereas you can just sort of fly over stuff.
That too.
Okay.
So it takes you about 2 minutes, and you're back at the mill. Everyone except for Heaven is busy loading sacks of flour and grain into the mill, and Golden is slashing them open with her short sword. What do you do, Area?
Run in and go, hey guys, it worked! Maybe too well.
What worked? Huh?
We're gonna have
So
company
you
in
found a few?
pretty shortly. More than a few. A lot more than a few.
7,
100?
8, 700. 700.
Maybe. I kind of didn't stop to check. Oh, there we are.
I don't think I can punch quite that many.
Wildwind
Ah,
rolling
here's
perception. Wildwind
Yeah.
hears a low rumbling sound. Or not so much hears as feels a low rumbling sound in the distance. It's coming closer.
So,
Guys, we should hurry.
Right. Golden turns to Wildwind and the rest of the group and says, "Do any of you have any wind spells?"
No.
I
No,
can
I don't
feel-
think I do.
They have wings.
He goes,
Nope.
Damn it. Well, I'll just have to improvise then, I guess. She goes back into the place and starts ripping open bags of flour and throwing them around to spread flour into the air.
You guys can
Okay.
use your wings to maybe blow it around.
Yeah, I guess I'll try and stabilize myself and just flap randomly.
Why are you using stabilize on yourself?
No, I'm
As
going
in-
to try and hold
Oh,
myself
oh, okay.
up so that my wings are flared better, and then flaps that the rain and dust goes everywhere.
Yeah. I got you now. Thought you were talking
I
about
guess
the
Arya
spell.
does the same.
Right, so what do Skull and Heaven do?
Keep doing whatever she needs us to do.
Okay. So,
There's not a lot we
Golden
really
just has
can
to
do.
grab a sack and start throwing it around after she's cut it open.
Yeah,
Pretty
fun.
soon, the inside of the mill is kind of full of white. There's
pretty good.
flour, just dust everywhere in the air, and grain spilled everywhere.
It's all wide over the place. This mill needs to check its privilege.
God damn it, Otto.
Anyway, it's.
Remember what
sorry.
happened last set? And Golden goes over to the back of the place and opens a window leading down to the water run. She looks down to it, looks back and forth, she says, alright, this looks pretty safe.
It certainly
That's as
looks
good an excuse as any.
So, let's do this thing. What do we do, exactly?
Well, she turns to you. It'd be nice if we could lure a lot of the undead into the mill itself before we jump out and then set it on fire, preferably from a distance, because this thing's going to really go up.
Right, so
do
maybe...
that.
So... Leave Pegasus here to do it? Oh, out of character, we should probably try and lure them in with just our flyers, while those of us who can't fly, get the fuck out of Dodge.
Probably a good
As
idea.
it were. Guys?
We don't have a
That sounds like a good idea.
Yep.
So, Heaven, Golden, once you've given us these two flyers instructions on how to get the fire started.
She pulls out a pair of flasks of alchemist's fire and hands it to them, and she says, just throw it,
Go nuts.
just like, yeah, just go nuts with it. Just throw it in a window or something, and then you do not want to be anywhere near this when those hit.
And we shall go watch on a nearby building for the fireworks.
Yeah.
And you actually can see the forerunners of that big horde of zombies now. They're just starting to come around the street. You can see them at the end of it.
Oh, I think we better book it then. We do the thing and, get up on a nearby building, I suppose.
Mm-hmm. Right, so Golden, Heaven, and Skull book it in the opposite direction. Well, Area and Wild do whatever they do.
Yeah, hey, check Ghost Sound. You might be able to put it in a place and then leave it while it's making sounds. So you can leave the sound in.
I think I can do that, but only at a certain range.
Well, it's better than being in the building.
It's about the range that you can throw it, so yeah, it's about the same range that you'll get on throwing the fire.
So
yeah,
30
it's
feet.
25. It'd be about 30
feet.
feet.
Yeah.
Alright.
Cool. Yeah, I can... okay, so Arya's gonna go out above the river. Out behind the
Cast
building.
Ghost Sound in the... what are you doing Ghost Sound of?
Just people screaming.
Okay, make a perform check.
Panic noises.
Right, what is Wild doing?
He's actually
I-
screaming.
Well, it would help.
I'm actually going to fly up, like above the horde a little bit and zap them with the power from my air domain, just to kind of annoy them so that they know there is something here.
And then you realise there's a whole bunch of skeleton archers in that group. And wild forces get full of arrows.
No, there's only like 30.
Well, the goal is to fly up to be, I don't know, out of obvious range, peck the people at the front, and lure them towards the shed, the mill.
Mhm. Right. So Area's performance attracts the attention of the undead. I mean, do you have any other like illusion spells like dancing lights or anything? I'd say throw that down too. Okay. Well,
I guess I'll
ghost-
just start casting light on everything around me then.
yeah. Anyways, the glowing, screaming flower, the glowing, screaming mill with white powder drifting out of every open window and door attracts the
Sorry.
attracts the attention of the zombie horde, and they start shuffling in. About a minute or two later, some ghouls climb out the far window, and they're climbing up to the roof and screaming and screeching at Arya and trying to get to her.
I think it's time to do it.
Yep. All right.
Throw the alchemist fire into a window.
Let's do it. What is my range touch attack?
You're hitting the broadside of a building.
+4.
Yeah, you're
I think
kind of
you're trying
trying
to
Well,
to
I want to get it inside the building so that it'll actually set the flower off. So 20 +4. Good enough.
Yeah, good enough. So you throw down your vial of alchemist fire. It smashes through a window and hits the stone floor down the first level. You hear a sound of glass shattering. There's like a beat, and
Time to
then
go.
the entire top of the building just blows off in 100-foot pillar of fire
Oh, jeez.
as the entire thing just explodes. You think you see a millstone flying 1,000 feet, taking out house after house as it flies like a frisbee of death through the stragglers of the horde.
Skull turns to heaven. Yeah, you're right. It's definitely a more fun thing to do. Look at all that destruction.
Area and Wild are thrown by the explosion northwards next to the party, who are a few streets over. As you look back, it looks like the maw of hell itself, as the fire is spreading very fast through the mill yard, and everything is going up. You can feel the warmth from here 3 streets over.
I think we should get moving.
Well, that what I get for helping you?
Fuck.
Oh.
Golden Spark says, "Oh, but the fire!"
I thought this is.
You're welcome to stay here and enjoy
Well,
it.
it worked.
Skull throws a hoof. Skull throws a hoof around, or leg around, heaven.
Miss
Nah,
Golden,
that-
this isn't
that's
gonna
bad. That was-
spread too much, is it?
Fun?
Miss Golden, this isn't gonna spread.
She says, "Nah, it shouldn't. Most of the buildings on the other side are made of stone, and there's the river between it and the rest of the industrial district."
Should Arya and Wild take fortitude checks for hearing loss?
That might be a good idea.
Next hours, going to be shouting at each other. What was that?
What was that?
What?
Wild Wind can't hear a thing.
Either can Area.
Arya can't Arya.
Oh,
You guys both rolled a 1.
Looks like it.
Yes, in fact, we did.
everyone. So, 3/4 of the party have rolled 1 so far.
And you guys have the spellcasters too.
And there's been less than like 5,
Yeah.
6
So both
rolls.
the spellcasters are deafened, and
Is it permanent or?
I'd say it's like 1d6 minutes. So 2 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, Heaven's looking a little pale at that.
So Golden Spark turns and looks at Arya, and her mouth is moving, but Arya can't hear a thing.
No.
Are you two all right?
Are you all right? Did you get set on fire as
What?
well?
What was that? What?
Don't shout! But I don't think there's too many zombies around
Go-
right
No,
now.
shout
I've
back.
pretty much wiped out every single one in that big horde.
Yeah.
Awesome.
As you can see from the 100-foot wide plume of fire behind you.
Boom.
Alright. Having gestures to the two to come over towards him.
Skull is just standing there snickering. It was really funny. Right, so
Alright.
trial run successful. Let's go set fire to the mansion.
No,
Why not?
that was enough.
We don't know if it drew all the zombies away.
Did you see that horde?
Yeah, you know.
I'm pretty certain that we'll have at least an uneventful trek towards the
Fort.
to
Yeah,
the
we don't-
fort and
But
probably
don't you
the
want to be
docks.
completely certain? So right, go.
Let's head back to the fort and say mission successful, and see if we can get some people to help us clean up any that are left over the docks.
Yep, sounds like a plan.
Right, so it takes a bit of pantomime and a bit of just grabbing onto their ears and dragging, but you eventually manage to herd Arya and Wildwind back to the fort. Their hearing returns before that, though.
Okay.
Skull's kind of just a dick.
What's it called, Dick?
You're met at the bridge by...
I understand.
Well, you're met at the bridge by the Centurion. She looks at you and says, "Well, that was impressive."
I know, you said go up. Whoosh.
I think we got a whole lot of zombies.
You saw the blast
was-
from here, she says.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't see the horde that we had from here too. I think we've done a fair share in clearing out the zombies. If we want to try and make a
Break for it.
well, not quite a break for it. Clean up the docks, having stragglers.
So are the docks clear?
That's what we're going to check out. I was wondering if you had some soldiers that we could
Borrow.
yeah, some soldiers we can borrow.
She says, "I can lend you a century of troops, or what's left of it at least. It's a good 60 or so legionaries."
Yeah,
Ooh.
we don't expect too many to be left around the docks, but
Have we noticed a noticeable decrease in the amount of zombies around?
Yeah, there do seem to be distinctly less zombies trying to beat down an iron door out on the bridge.
Cool. Well, let's go to the docks and clear them out then.
all right.
Should
Then
we
after-
take a team of flyers and kind of sweep over first, and then take in the rest of the group?
Fine. You want to be all cautious.
Right, so is Arya and Wild gonna go scout it out?
That sounds like the plan. Maybe whatever other flyers they have in the company.
Right, so you're joined by 4 Pegasi and a pair of Thestrals.
Woo,
who
bad
I'm
ponies
not going to bother to
represent.
come up with names for because, whatever. Anyways, you go flying out towards the dock, towards the dock area. The docks are still a bit populated with zombies. You guess there's maybe 100 or so in the area. Make a perception check, area and wild.
Hey, it's not a 1.
Wild notices
Tough luck.
Wild notices a black unicorn walking from a building to building for a brief moment before he steps inside the shop and disappears.
Okay, that's not a good sign. A non-zombie wandering through zombies. Kind of suspicious.
You may have gotten our necromancer.
Hey, just because he's black, honestly, you guys.
That's
profiling.
racist.
That's most of the
Very
part of he's wandering around with a bunch of zombies.
Yeah, sure it is. I believe you.
Sure.
I think you guys don't actually know the meaning of racist, but okay.
Anyway, so you're gonna come get us, or are you just gonna go in after him?
I would
Yes,
assume you'd
we'll
want to
take
go get
two
the rest of the party
weakest
before you
party
go.
members
Yeah.
and 6 generic NPCs to tackle
So
the
you're talking
bosses. This is a great idea.
Sorry, you're talking over Pork. Is what he said.
Home for it, we might lose him.
Someone, oh yeah.
All right,
Fine.
better
Oh,
idea.
that
Arya's gonna turn to the group
Widely
and go
researched.
tail him from range, and I'll go get the rest of the group.
You're gonna get your ass zapped,
Maybe.
Webb.
I didn't quite catch what you were saying, Webb. There was too much background noise.
Arya's gonna turn to the rest of the flyer group and be like, tail that guy from a distance, try not to get seen. I'm gonna go fetch the rest of the party.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Right, you go do that.
You're gonna come beat him up.
Wild will head back with her to keep an eye on her.
Okay, so the legionaries go like, all right, yeah, we'll go follow that guy. And they try and do
Anytime
so
it's just
somewhat.
legionnaire.
They're gonna be dead by the time we get back, aren't they?
Yeah, I'm basically
Actually, I think
expecting
he
that.
only has like I think his longest range spell is like 50 feet, so that said it will fuck up anything within 50 feet, but
No, so you come back and get us, and we, the party, proceed to catch up with him as best we can, hopping from roof to roof.
yep.
With a small
Yeah.
army of soldiers coming through the streets that are healing, I'm guessing.
We're trying to catch him without him running off, and we're bringing.
I think he's gonna hear us coming.
Yeah, between the clank, clank, clank.
I might not have my shield out, but I'm still not very stealthy.
Sneak
But you
attack!
Those of you traveling with the ground force start encountering increasing resistance as you get within a block or two of the docks.
thought we were using the roofs.
You just said the soldiers were traveling through the streets.
I didn't say
So
that.
that's why I
but
said
alright.
those of you with the soldiers, if any
Oh,
of you.
okay. No, I was taking the roof so we could get there
Okay.
like that.
Well, then disregard that. So,
So the
you're
plank
about
gets-
within a block away from the area where you saw the necromancer when it sounds like the legionary force is running into increasing resistance. There's clear sounds of fighting behind you, and you can see down side streets zombies are starting to drift in that direction. Now
Right,
might be
let's-
your chance to go find that necromancer.
Yeah.
Let's go find him.
Alright.
Where'd you see him, guys? Someone clearly wants my foot in his face. And again and again.
We
and
saw him
again.
up a couple blocks north of here. The rest of the flyer team should be tailing him, trying to keep an eye on him.
Then we jumped by 6 undead flyers. Oh,
I think doesn't animate undead take like 10 minutes to cast or something?
I think so, yeah.
Probably.
well, clearly he's found a fast way of doing it. If he's got a whole army of zombies,
Well,
but
also it probably took a while to go back and get the rest of the group and clamber across a whole bunch of rooftops.
anyway, let's not
Point.
give him a chance to do that, and you just go after it. After the.
So you can see the soldiers are flying about 100 feet off the ground, like sort of trying to sort of subtly tail a guy while wearing full plate. It's not terribly effective because he's looking right at them.
Well then, let's. Oh, he's looking at them. We'll snag up on him. They're a distraction, you see.
Alright. Oh, shall we start moving for it?
Yep.
Alright. Guess we start advancing.
Right. So you get about a block before you run into a small patrol of zombies. Roll for initiative.